You are with Talks on the Way of Wisdom, the forum that discusses star battles in human consciousness, inner peace, and spiritual alertness. All of us seek the path to inner peace and true wisdom, but we often lose ourselves amid the uncertainties of the mind and the passions of desire. Inspired by ancient spiritual texts, we will explore how mindfulness and self-control can lead us to harmony and freedom from fear. This article will explore how letting go of attachment and overcoming the polarity between good and evil bring us closer to realization. We will delve into the principles that can inspire us to achieve spiritual stability and enlightenment. The fluctuations of the mind. A calm mind is the door to wisdom and realization. The ancient records remind us that a mind that is constantly wavering and attached to desires cannot reach wholeness. Realizing this truth is the first step to finding inner balance. By practicing self-control and mindfulness, we can direct our energy toward the true spiritual path, freeing ourselves from the fears that limit us. This involves a daily effort to recognize our thoughts and emotions, and the will to accept and transform them. Letting go of desires is not giving up on life, but rather finding true joy in simplicity and peace. Constant practice helps us build a stable inner environment where peace of mind is not dependent on external circumstances. It makes us more aware and connected to ourselves and others. True transformation begins with the understanding that the mind is a tool, not the head of our existence. Only through introspection and purposeful action can we free ourselves from the shackles of fear and discover the unadulterated wisdom that lies within each of us. When stillness becomes a constant companion, we not only achieve inner peace, but also become a source of inspiration for others. This leads us to deep harmony, which is the foundation of spiritual development. Mindfulness is spiritual awakening. Our every action and thought can be conscious and directed towards harmony. According to the ancient teachings, only one who lives in full wakefulness and realizes the power of the present moment can find true joy and freedom. Mindfulness is not just a practice, it is a way of life that frees us from the shackles of the past and the fears of the future. This process requires dedication and diligence in everyday life, from the way we communicate to the decisions we make. When we are awake to the present, we free ourselves from automatic reactions and open ourselves to the possibilities for growth and change. Mindfulness teaches us that every moment is an opportunity for awakening. Whether we face hardships or joys, it gives us the strength to stay rooted in ourselves and find meaning in every experience. Through mindfulness, we achieve an inner freedom that is not dependent on external circumstances and changes of fortune. Mindfulness enables us to see the beauty of life in its totality, with all its trials and joys. This state of wakefulness is the basis of spiritual awakening, which connects us to our deeper self. Only through a constant effort to live in the present moment can we free ourselves from the limitations of the past and the fears of the future. This leads us to a state of true joy and harmony, overcoming polarities, good and evil. The spiritual path requires that we transcend the limitations of polarities. The ancient teachings direct us to an inner freedom that is not dependent on external circumstances or moral extremes. Frivolity and immaturity of mind often lead us away from this path, but through the practice of mindfulness and reflection, we can achieve true harmony. By letting go of good and evil as opposites, we find an inner peace that is independent and timeless. To overcome this duality, we must look within and understand that good and evil are relative concepts that depend on our perspective and circumstances. True wisdom comes when we transcend these categories and realize that they are part of a whole. This perspective allows us to live more balanced and compassionate lives. By developing the ability to accept the world as it is without dividing it into good and evil, we discover a deep inner harmony. This is the path to liberation from the conflicts and tensions that arise from these opposites. Only in this way can we achieve sustainable spiritual growth. Overcoming polarities makes us more open to the truth that lies beyond external categories. This is the path to enlightenment that requires courage and perseverance. Realizing that good and evil are interconnected frees us from judgment and opens space for compassion and wisdom. Inner peace and spiritual transformation are available to anyone who chooses the path of awareness and mindfulness. The theses we have explored on letting go of the instability of the mind, the power of mindfulness, and overcoming polarities show us that spiritual awakening is possible for anyone who takes this path. A peaceful mind, free from desires and fears, leads us to harmony, where joy and freedom become part of our existence. Mindfulness teaches us to appreciate the present moment and find meaning in every experience. Overcoming dualities such as good and evil helps us to free ourselves from the conflicts we often create. These ideas are not just theoretical principles. They are a call to action. Start today by paying attention to your thoughts and emotions. Practice mindfulness in your daily activities, even in the simplest moments, like listening or breathing. Be aware of how desires and fears influence your decisions and learn to let them go. This is the key to true freedom and happiness. Spiritual transformation is not a sudden process, but a journey. Each small progress is a step towards full awareness and harmony. Let this article be your inspiration to walk this path and find the inner peace that is rightfully yours. Awareness is the key, and the door to change is always open. You just need to take the first step. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel.